What's up, guys? I'm Daemonxel, and today we got our first sneak peek of the last chapter of the Mines of Moria raid. Let's talk about it. Alright, so the devs hit us up with the sneak peek of the Chapter 4 of this Mines of Moria raid, and they give us some hints of what to expect, alright? So, we're going to go off right what they're saying here. It's, Shadow and Flame. Of course, we know it's the Balrog coming, and it's going to be mid to late October. So look at those last 2 weeks of this month for this raid to launch. Now it says, on the brink of capture, our heroes find themselves confused as the orcs hastily sprint back into the darkness of the mines. What would cause them to disengage from battle, despite being so close to victory? Well, suddenly it becomes clear. From the depths of darkness emerges the Balrog, an ancient creature of immense power and terror. His fiery, malevolent whip cracks as our heroes stand in awe and despair. How will our heroes handle the searing flames from the beast as they burn through their defenses? Are our heroes prepared for the creeping shadow that blinds their attacks, shrouding the Balrog from harm? Fear not, ring-bearers, for Lord Balin of Moria will heed the call. This visitor from a shattered timeline has the eagle-eye vision to pierce through the shadow and challenge this indomitable foe. Bringing together the Dwarves and Elves in an unlikely alliance, Lord Balin will cleanse his squad of danger and protect the halls of Khazad-dûm. What can you expect from facing down the feared Dóin's Bane? Where can you find information that will spark inspiration of squad? Stay tuned for a deep dive. In other words, that's coming probably in the next week or so. But there are little hints here as to what to expect. So, as you can see here, there are terms here that are bolded out. So we know we're facing the Balrog in Chapter 4, right? And through the dev preview, I think it was maybe a month ago, when they were working on Chapter 4, we saw that the Balrog is actually going to have 3 phases. A normal phase, a burn phase, as well as a shadow phase. Now, it looks like this is going to, the Balrog is going to set a bunch of banes on your team, such as burn, such as blinds. So, what does that mean? Well, it means we're going to need, as it says here, Eagle Eye, which means that your moves cannot miss. You want Cleanse because you're going to want to get rid of those burns. You're going to want to get rid of those blinds. So expect a fight like Chapter 2, like the Troll, but with a lot more Banes on your team. So let's go to the game and see exactly what we're going to need for these teams. Alright, so we got our teams here. Let's first go through these. Obviously, the first one is going to be Rivendell. They seem to be the top team for every chapter right now. However, I will say that I am not hitting up to par in Chapter 2. And I'm going to do a video on what you guys think and what I thought of the new raid changes. But let's look at them right here. Okay, so we know we have, through Arwen, we have a Cleanse, right? That's going to get rid of... It's going to get rid of Blind, it's going to get rid of Burn, whatever boons you have on here, that's going to be the Evening Star. And depends on where you have it leveled up. So it's going to be 1 Bane from all squad members, where when I have it right now, I gotta put a little bit more into it so I can get that down to 4 charges instead of 5. Well, begins with 5. And it's going to grant immunity to the most wounded squad member, so they won't be able to get that Blind or Burn on them. Now, you're also going to have Sustain through Elrond. It's not really, he doesn't have any cleansing abilities through this, right? Yeah, there's no cleansing. So you got your cleanse through Arwen. However, I would state that I would probably pull out Lomian because I don't know what the scoring is going to be like. We need to look at how the scoring is going to be. Is it going to be a mixture of Chapter 2 and Chapter 3? Are we going to have a phase where we just need to do like a topple phase? We got to do as much DPS as possible to rank our score up. Or is it going to be more like Chapter 3 where, heals and cleanses are basically your way to a golden ticket? So I'm going to do what I've been doing lately is removing Lomian from the squad and putting Naramiri in. Now, Naramiri is going to give me a second cleanse. And since I have her leveled up, let me bring her up here. We're just going to switch this right to just all elves. Right here. All right. As we look at Naramiri. There we go. I have Purifying Right up to 5. So which means I can do this every 2 turns. Every 2 turns, I'm going to have a cleanse. So I don't have to worry about blinds. I don't have to worry about burns for this team. Now, they specifically mentioned Lord Balin or Balin. I'm not really sure exactly the correct pronunciation. I know you guys will correct me down in the comments below. But let's pull up the dwarf team. And let's look at these right here. Now, the beautiful thing about Doran is, and he's a very strong character, he is always going to, let's see, he's got 75% sense. But as long as I bring this up to 4, on his single attack, his basic attack, it's always going to cleanse a Bane off of someone in the group. We're going to have his ultimate or his special 2, which is also going to cleanse a Bane from all squad allies. So right there, just having him as a secondary team, whoever you put him with. Obviously, I don't think we're going to have the Elf brothers with him. So what you could do is, if you have the dwarves built up, is a hybrid team. I'd put Lord Balin in, maybe probably, and he's going to have the leadership, use his leadership tag. But let's see his leadership tag, because I believe his leadership goes for all elves and all elves and dwarves. So we can have a mixture team. So we can run an all dwarf team, or we can run a mixture team. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to level up Keely and Philly, right? Because that's a beautiful tag team right there that we could use along with Balin. And what I'll end up doing at that point is I'll probably put in Gimli for a tank, and I'll either probably bring in Legolas as my elf, or I will just have Lord Balin in with Gimli, Legolas, maybe Lomian, and Lelio, right? I don't think can we have both dwarves and elves up at the same time on this? I don't think we can. No, we cannot. Okay, so let's take off that tag. So, what I'm going to suggest moving forward, until we know what scores we're going to be needing, is start gearing towards your 5 teams to have a cleanse, some kind of cleanse in each team, modicum of sustain. But I think the main thing is right now, all we know right now is you need to cleanse, because we're not only going to have blinds, which is going to be annoying as hell, but we're going to have burns, and we all know at these, most people are doing these at difficulty 3, is those burns do hurt. Especially since it seems that I sometimes get a bug where the burn will last 2 to 3 turns for some odd reason, and it just kind of burns. It just any team that I'm running that does not have a cleanse just kind of kills them. So that's what we know going forward. Until we have, Thorin's expedition, that his tag right there, and the 2 elf brothers and whatever other team is going to be with them, I'm pretty sure you're going to want to use him inside your a mixture of either an all dwarf team or a dwarf and elf team. Whichever team you have leveled up, that'll probably be your best. But then, run your other teams. So Horadrin is going to have 2 cleanses there through Bekaloo and Tibid. We don't really... Well, if you run Isengard, you're going to want to bring Morza in, because he's going to be your only cleanse on that. Road to Rivendell, you're going to have cleanse through Pippin. And I believe Mary, let me just bring this up here. I think Mary also gives, right? Let's see. I think Mary gives a cleanse as well. I know he gives haste, but does it come with a cleanse? No, that's stamina. Dispel 1 boon from... No, so okay, so it's not... It's... Okay, so Pippin is going to be your cleanser on that team. So, moving forward, because we don't really know, I think the main teams for that specific chapter is going to be Rivendell, Isengard, because I have them up. I mean, obviously, if Road to Rivendell, or you can have a mixture of Road to Rivendell. I would do the Rohan 3 because with Lady Éowyn, you're going to have your cleanse there as well. Yeah, so most of these teams will work. So Haradrim's going to be good. Dwarf team looks to be very strong, especially if you're going to bring Lord Balin in. And moving forward, when we get these brothers and that full team, I think they're going to rock battles. Gondor looks to do really good as well in that team, in that one as well. I know Gondor is performing very well in the 3rd chapter. I'm not sure how they're going to do in the 4th chapter, but I think with what they have, I think that's going to do very well, especially with the what name was the stealths, because obviously if you're stealth, you're probably not going to get that defense. Well, we don't know if it's going to be an AoE blind, it's going to be an AoE burn. We'll have to wait to see what's coming. So, and when I get that information, obviously I'm going to make a video on. I'll put it out there. But if you guys want to see anything specific, or want me to report anything specific, or have any questions you want me to answer, feel free to either hit me up on Discord, drop a comment down below. Otherwise, I hope you guys had a great time. Hope you guys found this video informative, entertaining, and yeah. If I don't talk to you again, have a great week, have a great weekend, adventure safe, and good luck to you and your fellowship.